Some breaking news to bring you right now. Chopper 7 over the scene here of a police chase, you see. This started at Selden and Lincoln on the city's west side. We're understanding that shots may have been fired. Now, I am getting word that this is on I-75. If, Barry, you can tell me again, in the general area we're talking here. This is I-75 and I'm not getting that word, but we are told this is I-75. You see the big truck there going over to where people are merging. I'm hearing now this is near 11 Mile on northbound I-75. So you see this guy in that truck there kind of weaving in and out. You see the two police cars now, Detroit police cars behind this gentleman, white car there pulling over. We don't know what started all of this. We do know that it did start at Selden and Lincoln on the city's west side. We are understanding that shots were fired, we are learning now, and that is what is leading police. Now, you can see here the good news. We just lost the signal, but it appears that people ahead are seeing what's going on behind them and pulling over to the side of the road to stay safe there. So we will stay on top of it, try to get the picture back for you. Again, that was I-75 northbound at 11 Mile. It was heading north, so something to keep in mind today. We'll watch it for you and bring you the very latest if it resolves. I think we're getting our picture back, so let's give this one more second, and here we go. Again, this is northbound I-75. You're talking heading towards, 14 Mile up there. You've got Oakland Mall on I-75 northbound. Now we've got 3 police cars involved in this chase here. You can see when we started, I only saw 1 in the frame. Actually 4, perhaps 5, 6. As you see this, there's all police cars behind the person who is driving now. It is a chase. It is certainly tough to see when you're looking at chopper video of just how fast the cars are going in this general area here. But it appears the one police officer is coming to the side of his car, it looks like. Again, they're now approaching 14 Mile and getting off at 14 Mile is what it now looks like too. So it all began again just a bit ago, we're told, at Selden and Lincoln. That is on the city's west side. Somehow made its way over to I-75. I thought maybe he was pulling over, well, perhaps he is stopping, coming up and giving up, or just going over the grass instead. But police will follow him as well. Again, shots were fired here, so this is nothing that the officers want to mess around with. We would assume if the shots were fired there that the person in that vehicle still has a weapon. Sometimes we see high-speed chases. Obviously, does not look to be going very fast in these off-roads here. Again, if they're on 14 Mile, tough to tell. But police are in pursuit of this driver. This was, again, 14 Mile that they got off of the highway here. You have to wonder, this is assuming a red light right here because of all the cars that are stopped, making the turnaround. Tough to tell with these police chases, but he is being followed by at least a half dozen cars that will, you don't know, in some of these cases that we see, they'll throw down those, I don't know if rumble strips is the right word, but the strips on the road that will give the driver flat tires. Scary stuff here. He's caught in the middle of traffic right here with nowhere to go and all of those other cars surrounding. We'll stay with this right now just to see how this does resolve. He doesn't want this to be over yet. In the grass, in what appears to be a parking lot now. Again, this is in the general area of I-75 and 14 Mile. Sorry, I can't be more specific as to what. That may be the police car too, trying to stop him there. Again, we want to stay on top of this for you just to see how this resolves. We got word, as I mentioned to you, that this began not long ago. It started on the city's west side, that we're told, and the big danger here is that shots were fired. Looks like he's giving up. This is the Oakland Mall parking lot. You see the officers there pulling the gentleman out of the car, down on the ground. Thankfully, it looks like the scene is resolving itself here as a number of Detroit police officers are on the scene. They have taken that man out of that truck right there, gotten him to the ground. Didn't seem to put up much of a fight when he got out. Have to wonder if he just realized at that point that there was no getting away at this point. So it started on the west side, as we told you. Selden made its way over to I-75, headed north. I mean, we're talking up in the Troy area from the city of Detroit. So that was going on for quite a while when Chopper 7 caught up with the chase. Up I-75 to 14 Mile, got off on 14 Mile, heading east on 14 Mile if he was going towards the mall there. ended up in the Oakland Mall parking lot, where again the situation has been resolved. The man has been arrested. You see it there. But it all started in the reason for the concern with this chase. Shots were apparently fired. Whether it was towards officers or how this all began, we will certainly learn. But they're doing the search of him right now, taking him into custody, had him on the ground, as you know, when that chase ended. So we will, of course, throughout the day learn more about what actually started all of this, what led to it. But numerous police officers, there have to be close to 24 police officers, I would say, involved in the final arrest right there of that man. He'll be put in a police car and taken down to be arrested and charged with a couple crimes, you would certainly think. Again, started on the west side, led up to the Oakland Mall in Troy. It is a safe outcome to this one. They can end differently, and when you hear that shots are fired, it's such a danger when you're talking about a high-speed chase, and I'm not sure exactly what speeds they got up to during that chase, but again, ended peacefully. Lots of officers on the scene there. Ending in Troy, starting in Detroit after shots were fired, as we pull out a number of police cars involved. But again, you worry when you see situations like this about how they can end, and we are thankful that this one ended peacefully. We have a reporter, of course, headed to the scene, and they are on the way to the Oakland Mall parking lot. We'll have the latest for you as well on our website, WXYZ.com. But as you pull out there, obviously the driver there chose the parking lot. Always hard to know if you're just joining us. A lot of empty spaces in that parking lot there. And when he got off the highway there, went over the grass a little bit earlier in this chase. But clearly, you have to think he thought, you know what, I'm not getting away here, because there was a lot of heavy traffic in the area there, and turned and ended up in the parking lot, was surrounded by the police cars. They got out with their guns drawn. We showed that to you just moments ago, and pulled the man from the car, got him down on the ground. He was in handcuffs, as you saw. They frisked him, and he is in a police car right now being taken away. So